Let's be honest, if we removed Black culture from global entertainment today, what would we actually have? I'm imagining a world where there's no TikTok trends, no BET, no Afrobeats, no hip hop. Can you imagine a world like that? Well, I can't. And that is why we are having this conversation today. Hi, everyone. My name is Chims, and welcome back to Krakada. I want to first of all show acknowledgement and gratitude to everyone that has been watching our videos, our subscribers. Thank you, and we hope you're enjoying our content, and we hope you stay on this channel. Before I get into today's topic, like I said earlier, if you're new here, please subscribe, like this video, and share it because we're going to be having a conversation today. Which brings me to the topic or the conversation. We are going to be discussing Black History Month or Black culture. And seeing as we are in Black History Month, it's only right. It's only fair we talk about this. And this episode is divided into segments. I'm going to be breaking down Black influence, Black culture in different segments. So let's get right into the first segment. So the first segment I have here is music, which is the global soundtrack. And when we talk about global entertainment, we have to start with music. Personally, I love music. Music is a top tier form of entertainment for me. And when we're coming into what Black culture has done to influence music, we have to give ourselves the props. We have to actually clap for ourselves. And we're talking about jazz, Afrobeats, we're talking about R&B. And when it comes to jazz, I love jazz music so much. We have the likes of Louis Armstrong, we have Etta James. We also have there's another jazz artist that I really like. I'm trying to remember her name, Nina Simone. Oh my God. These are Black people that honestly paved the way for jazz, in as much as they had other people producing music in this genre, but Black people, these artists I have called, you guys should check them out. They are wonderful, and it's just amazing to see how these genres I've mentioned, they're not just genres that people listen to. These things have shaped culture, they've shaped languages, fashion, and even political movements. Music is one way to pass a message, a very important way to pass a message. And Afrobeats now is, though back then Afrobeats was coming up, it was in the conversation. We had Grammys, we were there, it was in the conversation, but now it's taking a very, very wonderful turn, and I'm really glad to experience that with the new generation of artists, and it's really something I'm proud of, and I'm happy, and it's something that's always been powerful, and I'm glad that the world is watching, catching up. So, also, pop music today is also heavily rooted in R&B. So the reason why I am bringing this conversation or talking about this music is so we don't forget. Most of the times we listen to a lot of artists, even a lot of underground artists, and we just see it as something that it looks easy, but it is not. It's part of something that has shaped our culture and shaped what we do today. And I'm really glad and I'm really happy to bring it to light and have this conversation. So that brings me to the fact that Black culture is the blueprint, like the famous Jay-Z album, The Blueprint. Yeah, Black culture is the blueprint. So the second segment I will be talking about is film and television. So we're looking into representation as well as reality. So let's talk about film for a second. So for decades now, Black people have gone through a lot of, what's the word? We've been excluded. I know I've watched lots of movies back then. Though a lot of movies back then were colored, but as I got to watch more and more, I got to see how a lot of Black people suffered. or how they went through a lot. And it's represented a lot anyway in most of the movies, or in movies I've seen. You could watch some of those movies. They give us an insight of what Black people have gone through. And we have a lot of Black creators that have shaped storytelling. We're talking about Jordan Peele. I love the way Jordan Peele tells stories in his movies. I mean, there are a lot of movies I've watched, and he's someone that he's so creative that when I watch his movies, it doesn't end there. You have to still go back. You have to go and do your research. You know, I'm proud. I'm a huge fan of Jordan Peele. And we have Ryan Coogler, who is doing amazing. The recent movie that came out, Sinners. One scene I love about that particular movie is when they did that dance scene. That's the evolution of dance, how Black, like it was just so beautiful. You know, Black people, how they presented or represented the different dancing, how dances have evolved from generations to generations, which is a very nice representation. People need to see how it was and what is happening right now. Then there's also Shonda Rhimes. Shonda Rhimes she's taking it. We have Bridgerton, we have the likes of I'm trying to remember the name of this series. I don't know why I can't remember the name, but we'll circle back at that. But her influence in the industry is amazing. I think she's one of the people in charge of How to Get Away with Murder. I'm trying to remember this one that has Dr. Fitz and Kerry Washington. I can't really remember it, so I guess I'll just move on. Like I mentioned earlier, Ryan Coogler with the Black Panther movie and the Creed. We all saw the influence Black Panther had. I'm talking about children in schools were happy. Like the representation was there, which is very important to the kids of the younger generation. They need to feel accepted. They need to feel seen in these screens. This is why representation doesn't just limit us to visibility. It's also about taking charge. It's also about controlling the narrative. So far, I have explained 2 segments, which are music and film and television. And the 3rd segment I will be explaining is fashion and aesthetics. When we talk about fashion, a very important part of fashion that I would like to talk about Black people's influence in is streetwear. I love streetwear fashion. Like, it's so good, it's so nice. And it's really amazing to see how creative Black people have become with streetwear fashion. I wake up and I see them online. I love it. And when it comes to art too, there's also this artist I know who is very prominent on social media, Sloan. His art has taken him places. That's also a wonderful representation of Black culture and aesthetics. And luxury brands are collaborating with hip-hop artists. That's not an incident, honestly. And we've seen this. Black culture transformed fashion from something exclusive, and elite. It brought it to a cultural dimension. It brought it to a place of recognizing the culture, and this is what Black people do. Like an example of this I can give you is when Beyonce recorded the Lion King album. I think it's the Gift album. That should be the name of the album. I love that album so much because it had a lot of representation of Black culture. And Black culture bringing us back to Africa at large. There are a lot of videos that she danced, represented, and it was wonderful to see. It's so nice seeing your culture being represented, your music coming to life from a different perspective entirely. And I really loved that album. If you're looking for an album to listen to, you should listen to that album. It's wonderful. The Gift album by Beyonce, how she blended Black culture, Africa, everything together, seamless. And that's such a wonderful way to also say how Black culture is represented and the influence that Black culture has had. And for segment 4, I'm talking about right now social media and digital culture. Now let's bring it to the TikTok trends. I always say this, but Black people carry TikTok. There are a lot of sounds on TikTok that they're by Black creators. Like there's this particular sound. I don't know if you guys have heard this sound, but there's this particular sound. What the freak and what the heck? It's my birthday today. I'm gonna be what? 24. I think it's by an influencer, Mama. I can't really remember her name. Please forgive me, but Mama Dawa. That should be the pronunciation. I'm not sure. Please forgive me. My apologies. But it's amazing to see the influence Black people have on TikTok. A lot of songs by Black people that and I just Google is by a Black artist. Even the sounds. Black people are funny. You know, we're funny. We have this sense of togetherness. We know how to put a show. And TikTok dances, viral slangs, sound trends. Like I said earlier, most of them originate from Black creators. Period. Period. Like I know. Period. City Girls came up with that one though. Like period. That's a black thing. So yeah. So from viral choreography to meme culture, Black digital creators are shaping the algorithm. Also, the conversation becomes important when it comes to credit. And I have to say this because it's an important aspect of appreciating Black culture. Are Black people credited for what they are doing? Are they being paid? You know, are they being compensated for the amount of influence or digital influence that they have or we have in general? And, you know, Black culture drives trends, something I'm proud of. I've participated a lot of times. And then I always ask, who gets to profit from these things? Who profits? So it's important we get to acknowledge these creators, give them the accolades that they deserve because they are part of our history. They are part of us. And we're not just celebrating it, we're also reflecting what their hard work means, what this means for the culture in general, and more on the fact that they should also be compensated. So that is also the part of the reason why Black History Month is not just a celebration, it's a reflection. It's not limited to celebrate. We also have to reflect on what Black people are doing, how we can get our rewards, and, you know, keep striving to do better for our people and for us as a people. Then segment 5, the global impact beyond America. And it's Black culture is not limited to America or Europe. We've come a long way, and Black British culture influenced grime. I love grime, by the way, and UK drill. I love UK drill, by the way. I know, I love them. I love the sounds. Also, Caribbean culture shaped dancehall, global club music. African creatives are redefining global sound and fashion. Black culture is not a trend, is not just a trend. I need us to understand that Black culture is not just a trend, it is a global force. We are a global force. Black people coming together, we are a force to reckon with. So, and we've gone from Lagos to London, from Atlanta to Johannesburg, from Kingston to Paris. The influence is everywhere. So number 6, segment 6 is to discuss on why this matters. Why am I making this video? Why is Krakada shedding more light on Black History Month and the Black culture? We are having this conversation because influence without acknowledgement is basically exploitation. Because when we celebrate these things, when we celebrate them and we do not understand what we are celebrating, we do not understand how far we have come and what we are doing in the culture, it just becomes a performance, it becomes a circus. We do not know what we're doing. But I urge Black people to please celebrate where they are and, you know, the freedom we have now, because back then it wasn't easy. Our ancestors, they went through a lot of things, and it's really nice that didn't break our spirit, that didn't break our soul, and we are still contributing and charging to the game. So, and also because Black history is not separate from global history. Entertainment is not only limited to entertainment. Entertainment shapes identity, it shapes perception, and it shapes power. This matters a lot. This really matters a lot. And I also want to shed more light on the Black people that have fought, put in the fight to bring us where we are today, those that have lost their lives. My heart goes out to you all. We are with you, and we hope that you're resting in peace. And thank you so much for your contribution to the game and to the culture. We see you, we acknowledge you, and you're great, you're powerful. So, I have come to the end of this video, but to conclude this, I'll just say Black culture has always been ahead of its time. The rhythm, the style, the storytelling, the creativity. And during this Black History Month, we do not just celebrate the icons we know. We honor the countless creatives, like I said earlier, we honor the countless creatives whose fingerprints are all over global entertainment. So we're not just limiting this to celebrating the icons, we are also acknowledging people that have set a mark or put in their efforts without getting any recognition. Kakada is seeing you and your efforts, and we acknowledge it. And you know, it's really amazing. I love being Black. I wouldn't want to be any other. Like, I'm Black. I love it. And I love what Black people are doing now in entertainment, in film, in the industry, in the world at large. And I love that I had this conversation, or I love that Krakala brought this conversation to your screens. Once again, happy Black History Month. Do something for yourself today. If you're Black, enjoy yourself, have fun, you know, be proud of where you are and where you come from. And if this conversation resonated with you, please drop a comment, share your perspective. Let us know what you guys would like to hear from us next, or what conversation you'd like us to dive into. So we have come to the end of this episode, and I hope that you enjoyed it. See you guys next time. Bye.